Yes, people. Welcome back to Kenny Fan TV, and this will be my first match reaction of 2024. As I'm gonna speak on the as I'm gonna speak about what happened of our game against Nottingham Forest. So basically, Nottingham Forest 2, Manchester United 1. Nottingham Forest clear deserved winners at the end of the day, and and uh, and what I'm mainly going to discuss about is why did Ten Hag why did Ten Hag subbed off Kobe Manu for Scott McTominay, whereas I wouldn't mind Scott McTominay coming in the second half, but like why did he not brought off Ericsson? It is beyond my brains right now. So let me just like quick go through about let me just show you the video. Yeah, about like how he basically conceded the goals. Let me just quickly share you a screen right now because mm, let me just mute it. Yeah, let me just mute it quickly first so that that at least I won't get really copyrighted. So I'm just gonna you know how do I so I'm going to share the screen about how the hell did we just concede a goal. I will let me just quickly share you the screen. So exhibit number A, how did Manchester United have conceded the first flipping goal? Let, me- let me just flipping expose our main culprits of the way we have conceded. Let me just show you. Let me just show you. Now, look at this. Look at this. Look at oh my days. They're not intercepting the ball. And this was on Scott McTominay or Johnny Evans as well. Yeah, this was really on Scott McTominay. And Van Bissaka should have really cleared it as well. Seriously, man. This was this was so shit to concede the first goal. Oh my days. Look at the first goal we have actually conceded. And Van Bissaka doesn't seem to be bothered for the first goal as well. Oh my flipping days, man. Ilanga masterclass as well. Look at this. Look look at the shit way we have conceded. Absolutely crap. Look at this. Look at Scott McTominay. He's just jogging around like a bloody nonsense. Oh my days, man. This is nonsensical right now. Oh my flipping days, man. This is pathetic. This is absolutely pathetic right now. And by the way, first half, yeah, I know Mark was saying basically we're figuring how to break the deadlock against a low block team. But It is true, but at the second but at the second thought of it, right? We've been dreadful in the first half. Let's just be real honest to ourselves. Nottingham Forest looked absolutely very well organized. They look well. They look well settled at the back. The back fours are doing a really good. We're doing a good job against our attackers. They have clearly nullified us. The first shot on target, yeah, we have one shot on target in 45 minutes. One shot on target, and that came from Adam and Bissaka. That's a bloody disgrace. That was a disgrace of our first half. I'm not gonna lie. We and Mark and I'm glad actually Mark has pinpointed about Anthony being injured in the during the 23rd minute, where basically Anthony may have suffered a hamstring, so he will not be available for the Spurs game most likely. So why didn't Ten Hag man manage the game? Why didn't he actually see out? Like why didn't he brought on Amad Diallo in this game? He could have actually brought on Amad Diallo in the first half. I mean, why he couldn't see that a player is limping, and he could have just again bad in-game management again from Eric Ten Hag. Again, it is poor man managing tactics, and I will show you like how we have capitalized. We actually, you know, so basically, Garnacho actually did really well there. So we were lucky because Matt Turner was such an awful keeper. He was so bad in his feet. So what actually Garnacho did? Garnacho was actually our well other than that, other than Garnacho, I feel Johnny Evans was clearly our best player on the pitch. Let's be real honest with you. But I mean, shout out to Garnacho for that one. I mean, Rashford, other than him scoring a goal, he was dreadful in that game. He was rubbish. Not even linking up the plays with Diallo, Garnacho. He's been a rubbish. He's been our worst. Let alone in the Premier League, he's the worst strike. He's the worst forward in Europe. Let's just be real. The way how Mark actually pinpointed this in the group chat about Marcus Rashford's inconsistency, the way how I looked into the chat into his stats, he's the most inconsistent forwards in that he was brought from the academy. You know, Ganacho did Ganacho did he did all right in the game, man. But I want to just look at the second goal. How the hell did we even concede? I will show you. Look at this. Look at our midfield. Look at this. Where was Ericsson? Ericsson not even tracking back. Look at Ericsson. He's not even tracking back. It all has to be Scott. Look at this. It was literally, you know, look at this. It's literally like 4v4, and then we still conceded. Look at this. Ilanga flipping masterclass. He know. I don't feel comfortable with Diogo Dalot at left back at this moment of time. Look at this. Oh my days. Oh my, that is basic defending. Ericsson not tracking back. Oh my god, and Johnny Evans as well. And Onana, I've had enough of this goalkeeper. David De Gea would have really saved this shot. I'm 100%, 1,000,000% this De Gea would have saved it. How did Onana and you know what? United Real Therapy, big up to you. And you have been calling out on Onana being an average goalkeeper. Yeah. Yeah, you have really opened up my eyes. Like I thought Onana would be a goalkeeper, but no, he's crap. He's fucking crap, man. He's such an oh my days. I bet he's conceded around 50 goals for us, man. 50 goals for the club. This goalkeeper is crap, man. That you know what? We the club flipping deserved, and every fan base who said David De Gea should leave the club deserved it. They clearly deserved it. They deserved all these nonsense things happening in this club. De Gea was disrespected, and he has every right to laugh at us. David De Gea must be sitting in his couch, eating his popcorn, looking at Onana, and he'd be like, "Oh, how did this club even disrespected me? I'm glad I left this club, and I'm gonna laugh at this club who absolutely disrespected me." And it's true. If literally if I was being disrespected by the club, right? If I was a goalkeeper, and if I was being the best goalkeeper, and yet the club disrespected me, and he terminated my contract, and you brought in the new average goalkeeper, and then I see the new goalkeeper conceding a lot of goals than me. So I will be basically I'll be basically having a last laugh. So basically in that logic, David De Gea is currently having his last laugh. David De Gea is currently having a last laugh. I had enough of Onana. I might as well drive. I might as well drive, or maybe fly to Manchester, grab a bicycle, and cycle towards Carrington, transfer out Onana to Inter Milan. I'm telling you right now, I need we uh, this club needs a refund for Onana, man. Inter Milan fans, if you're watching, we need a refund. We don't need Onana anymore. I'd rather De Gea back. At least De Gea would have saved us. And people say, oh, football has evolved, football has this, that. It's nonsense. The primary job of a goalkeeper is to save the shots from the opponents. And I collectively blame Johnny Evans and Christian Eriksen for not tracking back. And Varane looks disbothered. Look at Wan-Bissaka. He doesn't even give an absolute F about it. Only Dalot gives an absolute F about it. You can see from these body language of these players, Eriksen not tracking back, and this is why I told Mark in a private in Telegram chat, right? Why didn't Ten Hag taken off Eriksen? Simple, simple brain, simple common sense. If a player is not doing well, you may as well taken him off. Why is he not using common sense? Tanag, why? It's getting hard to defend you, man. I'm finding it hard to defend Ten Hag right now. And in the press conference, he was saying, "Oh, tactical reasons why did Kobe Manu came off and all these nonsense." I don't believe in Ten Hag's press conferences anymore. I don't trust. You know what? I'm Ten Hag out right now. I've been Ten Hag out for weeks. Next week we'll beat Wigan, we'll beat Tottenham Hotspur, and then the next game we are going to lose. Clip this, because I don't trust these players anymore, and I've not trusted these players since either preseason or the Champions League. I don't know, but I told Mick Ruby that I did not even trust this team since I don't love this team since we lost Bayern Munich 4-3. I don't love this team. I'm being dead serious, like seeing it from Australia time zone, like seeing all this crap again. Like all these footballers, they just don't know how to they just don't know how to do anything basics in their lives. I don't know what trainings they have done. It's one game a week now, and I don't want to hear no excuses from the manager. I don't hear no excuses from the players. It's getting peak, man. We are 9 points behind Tottenham Hotspur. 8 or 9 points, I don't know. We're the points gap wise for top four is big. League title race is far from done. It's done anyways. I don't really care about title race. The top, let alone top four, is done for me. I don't trust these. I don't trust these pagans right now. I don't trust them, bro. Bro, that's what I'm saying. We'll beat Spurs next week. Then the following game after Spurs, right? We're gonna lose. So I'm gonna be very, very calm and chill in the watch along. So I won't be surprised if this team is gonna win lose record. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised with this team because you see all these players. I've just shared the screen. Look at the body language of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Johnny Evans should have actually closed down Gibbs White. Ericsson not even tracking his men. Ericsson, and I was being a fool for blaming Scott McTominay for that. But the first goal was literally on Scott McTominay. The second goal, Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans for me. Johnny Evans for me, 100%. I don't know what to say about this team right now. We do have a style of play, but it's just that like Drex was saying, right? He said this like few streams ago. We are playing hot potato football, which is actually true though, because we have a bunch of absolute wasters that they just don't even know how to hold up the ball, just not being composed and not being calm enough on the ball, just being so impatient, just basically want to kick the ball out, just want to give away the ball towards the opponents. That's I mean it's getting so repetitive since the preseason. I've looked it into the preseasons. Now it's like, yo, I'm worried for this season, bro. You can't hold out the ball up and get players in behind. I don't know, but like it's just it's just like we are just not that cohesive right now. I don't know what to say right now. I'm just fed up like the way how we have conceded. I'm just fed up the way how we have conceded the first and second goal. The same cutback for the first goal, same cutback from Ilanga, same pattern, how we have conceded. I'm just fed up. I'm really fed up. The big problem is the players who are static and not making runs to stretch a defense and open up the field of play to press chances. I agreed, man. And even that as well. Cutbacks happens at Chiefs, not, but it's been happening for us all the time. It's been happening. I don't want to be too angry about it, but the second half subs, like I just, like after looking at the game, I thought to myself, what? I actually celebrated well the new year. Even Mick Ruby celebrated his new year. We both and I we just did a therapy sessions, and I felt actually a lot better. But I don't know whether to trust this team or not. The players are gonna really. It will be worse if we concede every set pieces like some teams do. Bro, yeah, set pieces is the main problem for us as well. We need to look into how the players have trained. We need to look into, I don't know what players have. We need to look into deeper problems of what trainings they do, what and what sort of drills that they have, and they're supposed to do, so that, and they should have learned their lessons for a long time. And like ever since like we lost 3-0 to City, they should have learned every bit of they should have been doing some remedial trainings, man. Seriously, one game a week is like, it is beneficial, but I don't know. I just don't know. Mark, I will just send you a link. Then you can just speak up your mind, because training doesn't equate to a game. I agreed, but like I don't know. Sometimes when I even when I watch us lose, it's basically, I don't even know how we lost this game. You know, it's mad. I'll send you the link regardless. So you can just comment. You can just come and have your say. I'll just send you a link quickly. The reason why I'm silent right now is because I don't know how this football club is going to move forward. Like what do we expect in 2024? Are we going to get any signings in January? Loan signings, sell to buy options. That's what I've heard all these things before. Then relying on players coming back from injury, Martinez, Casemiro. Uh, can Manchester United finally find some some wins in a row? There is Mark. Big up to you. Big up to you, Mark. How are you?
What's going on?
What's going on? Not much. Just not much. Just I just I just I just yeah. I just felt quite a little bit speechless about how we have conceded those two goals. You know, the second goal, it was just, yeah. I was kind of a lot pissed. You know.
Where you could be
yeah,
mad
Mark, are
at it,
you
and you could
outside?
be like, mistakes gonna happen with this team. Right.
Um, mm, uh, your sound must be a bit lagging. Is it all good?
Let me come back. Let me go and come back. I'll be back.
Oh yeah, sure, sure, sure. So yeah, so Mark is about to come on. He may have some internet issues. So I was saying, like, I don't really know, because because whenever I watch football power streams, and like Friday, I was like, We don't really see any. Even Manj was saying like I don't trust this team. Even Manj was saying 2-1 Forest because he knew what was going to happen. In fair play to him, he wasn't that surprised with this result. I came in, I I was really optimistic coming into this game, but I mean that's what they always do. They always want to disappoint on weekends. That's what they every time they want to do. Mark, as you've mentioned, mistakes happen. Yes, it does happen, but like you can't really afford to repeat the same mistakes again. You know, mistakes is going to happen. I do agree, facts, but you can't really afford to repeat like every single week. And yeah, and that's my opinion in it. Ericsson. I don't even. His legs are gone. He's. I don't even know what to say about Ten Hag substitution. I'm still baffled about it. Ilanga masterclass. Morgan Gibbs White masterclass again against us. And you know what? And you know what? Funny enough, I'll tell you the stats. This is Nottingham Forest's first home victory against Manchester United after 31 years. Oh my god. Ah, Nottingham bloody Forest. We have been deforested by Nottingham Forest. Deforestation at its best. Marcus Rashford, even though he got his goal, dreadful, absolutely dreadful. And we missed Hoyland in this game, yeah. The moment when I saw Rashford up front, I'm like, I don't know what has happened to this team. Is this team like why was Hoyland ill? I don't know. It's crazy to say it right now, but it's mad. You Mark, you back? Uh, mm, Mark, I can't hear you. Are you still good with the sound? I guess you may have probably some sound issues or something. I don't know.
Can you hear me better now?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's good. Speak your mind, buddy.
Bro, United, like I keep saying to everybody, bro, we're in one of those situations where our rebuild is taking longer than it should be. You know what I mean? Like we have we have this heritage of being the biggest club in England in the history ever happened ever.
Yeah,
And everyone is like, United needs to be winning. United needs to be doing this, doing that. When you look at the business that we have done, it doesn't
mm,
scream to you like we've backed the manager 100%. It doesn't scream to you like we've made changes because that shows that we want to win this trophy. You know what I mean? What it seems to me from the transfers that we made and the current situation with things, how we have not released any players or any large number of players that Ralph Ragnick said should be released, that we're taking our
players.
time with this rebuild. It's going to happen, but it's happening at a pace that is conducive to the owners, which is slow. And you know what I mean? The
Yeah,
positive is that Eric Ten Hag is as if you compare last season to this season, we're on like 31 points, 1 point less than we were on last season after 18 games was played. Because last
Around the
season we
same.
were 32.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
I agree.
in my honest opinion, it's like how bad is United right now compared to last season? 1 point less. And this is after we've experienced more than 25 injuries. When we started the season with 16 injuries, and there are lots of players who aren't performing at the best. So that shows that the manager is making tactical changes or or stuff or things are happening based on the manager that is keeping us in the game because we're 9 points off the top four places. You know what I mean? Arsenal
Yeah,
is 9 points ahead of us. Spurs are 8 points ahead of us.
yeah.
And we play Spurs and Arsenal in the next 10 games. If we beat Spurs, they're no longer 8 points ahead of us. They're 5 points ahead of us. If we beat
Right.
Arsenal, they're no longer 9 points ahead of us. They're 6 points ahead of us.
Arsenal will. No, Arsenal game we are playing. We are basically playing. We're playing like almost towards the end of the season, like almost.
No, I'm just hypothetically
Okay, yeah,
speaking. When we play them
yeah.
teams, if we win, then they're not as far ahead as we think. I mean, there's 19 game left in the season, as you rightly said to me the other day. And out of those 19, I think we could win at least 15. And 15 games by three, right? That's basically 45 points. And if you add 45 points to what we have right now, we'd be on 76 points.
Hmm. Yeah. Wait. 45, 70. You know what?
So that
Like. Hmm.
and that's just me saying that if we lose or draw four of those 19 games we have left. So I'm just thinking about if we was to win 15, that's 76 points. Now you see that it's starting to sound like it's not that bad mathematically right now. And as you see, we're getting back Casemiro in a week. We're getting back Martinez. We're getting back Malacia. And
Hmm.
Casemiro, as bad as he has been at the beginning of the season, he's a talisman in the team. Someone that gets goals on set pieces, corners,
Correct. Correct.
someone who drives through the midfield and will take a shot, makes a good pass that will probably, help the team score a goal. So when you look at it from those perspectives, bro, it's like it ain't that bad for a rebuild 1.5 seasons in. You know what I mean? Especially when you
Hmm.
haven't seen a major clear out, we haven't hit the reset button. They're kind of backing the manager, but they're not really backing him with exits. And we haven't gotten the
Yeah. Yeah.
best
Yeah. True. True.
bunch
True.
of players that we could have got in the transfer window. So it's one of those things where it's a wonder that we have some really talented youth coming through the ranks in midfield to supplement our woes. But and as we could see, there's Willie Kambala who's coming in that's supplementing our defense.
Oh
Lots of
yeah. Center back. Yeah.
didn't know about Kobe Manu, and now 6 weeks later, they're melting down because Ten Hag is substituting the guy to give him a rest. When fans were the same fans saying, Kobe Manu is not ready for the Premier League. Kobe Manu is a starter? Nah, man, he's just 18. Could that kid do anything? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you gotta have patience, bro. Like the only advice I could say or give is be like everyone needs to just chill, have some patience. Tell yourself, listen, we're gonna lose maybe 3 to 5 games, but we're gonna win 10 to 15. You know what I mean? Because it's not one of those seasons where we're Manchester United who gonna compete for a league. We're Manchester United who are trying to get back to where we used to be, one of the best teams in the league. We naturally have a quality squad, but we're not at our best. And if we're not at, and we not at our best, are still better than lots of teams like Chelsea, like Newcastle. And we're not playing at our best, but we're still 7 points off the top. So imagine if we got into our best form in the next run of games, then we're gonna blow some teams away. We're gonna win a couple games well, and we're gonna be in a top four. You know what I mean? And that's if we play well. Because right now we're not playing all that great, and we're not far away. That's just my opinion, bro.
Yeah. Fair enough. But the thing is that, right? Like sometimes, like the thing is that, right? I'm kind of feeling right now is like we beat Spurs, and then and then suddenly like the next game we're gonna drop points, and then we win, then we lose, win, lose. So I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of really because I'm like 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 since like few weeks ago, I did try to be optimistic, since we have made a good comeback against Aston Villa. So everyone, including me, I felt quite optimistic, and then like the next game we lost to Forest, and now we have the FA Cup. We should be winning against Wigan Athletic. We should be beating Spurs, and then like the next game, I don't know if you're gonna find the consistency in terms of going for 3 points. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure as for now.
Well, I'd say this much: we're gonna spank Wigan away. Wigan is gonna be one of those games where we get our scoring boots on. Some players are gonna have a good game because Wigan is a
Oh yeah,
decent
yeah,
team.
100%.
It's gonna be a tough game because they're gonna come out to play. But at the end of the day, United has more than enough quality to back them up, in my opinion. So I'm not even worried about the Wigan game. I'm
No,
worried
yeah, yeah,
about
same,
the
same here.
Spurs game. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, like, when you mention it, we won 10 games this season, we drew one game, and we lost 8 games, right? Because that's the
Nine, nine.
19 games we
It's
played,
nine now.
right? Hmm?
9 games we lost.
What's that?
9 games
No,
we
we
lost.
played we played 19 games in the Premier League, bro. Because we have 19 games remaining.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
right? So
True.
we won 10, we drew one against Liverpool, and we lost 8.
Hmm. Yeah,
Because we on 31 points. So to be on 31 points, we had to win 10 games. So, you know what I mean? So in my perspective, if we let's say if we was to win, we get from our form, you can say we're almost guaranteed to win 10 games, right?
yeah.
What if the games that we drew, that we didn't win, we managed to win 3 to 5 of those games that we didn't win against lesser opposition, like a game against Bournemouth, like our game against like Everton, like our
Hmm.
game against Fulham. What if we
Yeah.
go on to win those games? That means now we had what? We have what, 12 points or 9 points more added to the 30 that we would already win based on statistics,
Hmm.
which now puts us at 70 points. Because 31 plus 39 is 70 points, right? And that's
Correct.
and that's just saying, because based on my perspective, bro, I think Arsenal will lose at least 3 to 5 more games. I think Man City is going to drop some points. I think Liverpool might drop points again as well. So I think if you could manage 70 points,
Home is
you're in top four thereabouts.
basically home is Liverpool playing next. So
Huh?
who- home is Liverpool playing next. Then if you're saying they're gonna drop points. Oh, Bournemouth. Okay, okay, gotcha.
You know what
Yeah,
I
they.
mean? So like in my honest opinion, like I still think the teams at the top, all four, 5 of them that are above us, they're gonna lose 3 to 5 games or drop points in 3 to 5 games, in my opinion.
Hmm.
And that's just the games against each other. I'm not talking about the other teams that might give a shock result. So I'm just saying it's
Yeah, yeah, I
possible for
agree. I agree.
Spurs to lose to
Gotcha.
Liverpool, lose to Arsenal, lose to City, lose to Villa. It's possible for Villa to lose to City, lose to Liverpool, lose to Arsenal. It's possible for Arsenal to lose to all four. It's possible for Liverpool to lose to all four. Same thing with City. So we're not alone in the boat where we could lose games. So in my perspective, it's like if we could find good form with the players returning and win one game at a time, after 10 games, if we was to be on a 10-game winning streak, we're going to be in top four, because lots of teams are going to drop points to us and we're going to take their place. And we're not performing well. And I will keep saying this, but we have seen better performances even if we lose. Because if you look at what we were complaining about in the first 10 games of the season when we lost, We weren't playing well, but we won the game. We were a
Yeah,
bad team that won games. In the last 5 games, we were a good team that won games and a good team that lost games. So it's not like if we are still playing the same shit from the beginning of the season and we're playing terrible. We're playing better, but certain little mistakes we're making in attack and in defense is what's costing us. Now, if we could fix those things going forward with the return of Casemiro and Martinez and maybe a Malacia, then you know what? I think that United will score goals, especially since Hoyland just scored his first goal in the Premier League and he was ill. He's gonna come back. Listen, he's coming back like, listen, I scored in my last game. I'm gonna score today. Bang. You know what I mean? All we need
yeah,
is one player to be on that mood and score a goal, and the rest of the team wakes up. And that's how it looks to me during games. When United score a goal, the entire team wakes up and we get more threatening in the game. So yeah, I know I'm being Mr. Positive, bro, but
yeah. Fair
I could
enough.
only be
Yeah.
positive. I'm a
Okay.
United fan. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, yeah. As I said before, like this team is like like I agree with you. Like we have been doing a lot better since I believe it was I think was Galatasaray when where we basically drew against them. Was it 3-all?
Yeah.
I think we've done all right, but yeah, because in the next couple of games I'm not like I'm not gonna really expect much from this team. I'll lower my expectations for now, and we see we just see how things go. And also including the transfer market. And also you actually did the stream or something about the transfers, about about like in the MUFC Realist TV show. You were doing some streams.
Yeah. I'm gonna mention. You want me to mention the transfers? Like
Oh yeah, sure,
United are
sure.
in for a few transfers right now that are reported, and one or two of them might be open goals, but it's like, what are we believing? You know what I mean? So let me give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead.
And so far, what we know is that Manchester United are interested in a few players, right?
Yeah,
A few of those players are like, well, the typical ones that have been reported, like Todibo. There's said to be an open goal since talks with Spurs have quieted down and they have made a shift to signing another defender called Gadurin, who plays at
oh, okay.
Genoa. So
Heard of you. I heard of him.
so
Mm.
it's one of those things where Todibo might be an open goal for United if they choose to. There's also information that Paulo Dybala has a 11 million pound release
Yeah,
clause,
I heard of that.
and
Yes, yes.
United are interested in bringing him across.
Mm.
I don't think it's a bad idea, to be honest. Dybala is a good attacking midfielder. He can get
Is
goals
he?
and stuff, and I
Is
think
he like? Is
if
it?
anyone should play next to Bruno or replace Bruno at the 10 and we drop Bruno to 8 next to
Yeah.
Menu, I think that's the guy. I think he would offer some creativity like Ericsson, but with more mobility because he has legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. He's basically 30 years of old right now, and I think he should definitely have like 3 or 4 seasons in him probably.
Yeah, he's a mobile guy for his age. You know what I mean? So, in my opinion, I think that's not too bad. And there's also interest in Lenny Euro, who's 19 years old, playing. He's playing over at Lille. He's one of the star defenders of the French league at the moment, playing 86% of Lille's matches. One of their best players. He's the top. He leads the defending in the entire league when it comes to progressive passes and reactions and blocks and tackles. So he's pretty good. You know what I mean? But the
Oh,
basic,
sorry. Sorry. What was his name again?
Lenny Euro.
Euro. Okay.
And then the latest news is that, remember, I've been talking a few weeks ago. I mentioned to you guys that United are heavily linked with Giorgio Scalvini, a 19-year-old Italian defender at
Mm.
Atalanta. He was really good friends with Hoyland, and he's very good. But
Oh, right.
it's reported today that Manchester United deposited 40 million pounds in
Okay.
towards
Okay.
buying that player on a permanent move, as it's also his release clause. I'm not 100% sure if that's 100% true, but it's been reported today that that's happened. And now Real Madrid, who were firstly in pole position to sign him, now have to rethink their strategy and probably increase their bid to 50 millions. So this is one of the other reports that are happening right now. But there's also some reports that, we was following with Swedish Rumble, who came on and gave us a bit of information about the transfer and the possibility of a transfer budget in January. And what he was saying is basically that Manchester United, based on FFP, we could still spend between 90 to maybe 150 million in January,
Oh,
even
yeah.
upwards
Mm.
to 400 million. The problem is Jim Radcliffe would have to, invest a certain amount of money into the club by June 30th. He would have to deposit money from his own personal finances into the club to counteract the transfers.
Mhm.
So if he was to deposit, let's say 200 million on June 30th midnight, then no FFP issues. We could spend. But it would also significantly affect the summer transfer. So if we were to spend, let's say, 150 million in January, right, then at maximum maybe we could spend 250, 300 mil in August for the summer window. So it's possible that we might see some transfers, but I'm basically looking at it from the perspective that we might see some outgoings like Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire, because as you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Tottenham wants a centre back, you know, West Ham wants a centre back, and Harry Maguire has been one of the top CBs this season, so his transfer market value has skyrocketed from where it was before because he wasn't really worth anything going into the summer. So him and Scott McTominay, they
So
have
I guess
displayed a very good
for yeah.
performances in the last 6 months. So for
Mm.
me, maybe Bayern Munich comes back in for Scott McTominay, maybe West Ham comes back in. You never know. Maybe even Fulham might come in. So I think we're also going to release Anthony Martial next week. I think he's going to be leaving the club.
Oh,
I
is
think
it?
we're just going to cancel his contract and
Yeah,
he's going
it's
to be
really good.
gone. If not, he might be sold to a Saudi club for a very low fee. And yeah, we will be moving from there. So I think my hopes for the January transfer window is we see maybe 4 or 5 exits from the club. Maybe we already know that Serge Reguilon has left today. He
Yeah.
went back to Tottenham because
Yeah.
his loan we struck the break clause, and
Yeah. Yeah.
also
Oh,
Donny van der Beek is already at his new club in Eintracht
Van der Beek
Frankfurt.
is different, but yeah, on loan. Yeah.
So the only other issues is that there's lots of keen interest from Barcelona, Real Madrid into Mason Greenwood, as well as Juventus and Bayern Munich. And Barcelona have been reported to wanting to offer Messi's number 10 to Mason Greenwood to bring him to the club as a law, you know. But there also reports that, over the last few months, Paul Mitchell has spent over 7 weeks in Spain watching his games. And if Paul Mitchell is going to be one of our sporting directors at the club, then it signals that, maybe Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos are going to bring Mason Greenwood back to Manchester United, which is a
Mm.
hope for fans like me. And I know yourself, you wouldn't mind having him back. Because at the end of the day, I'm looking at it from a football perspective, and the best players should play for Manchester United, in my opinion.
I agree. Same here as well. Yeah. 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 Hope so. Yeah. Hope you're right for the gen. Hope you're right for the next couple of games, and yeah. Hope. Yeah. You were saying 10 games we should be winning. So yeah. Hope you're right. Yeah. I can fully understand. You're being a very optimistic fan. Um. Um. R10 is saying if we stick with Ten Hag, I'm willing to wait it out for the youth talent integration. Yeah, yeah, we've been speaking about Komwala, Kobe Menu. and Mark was saying some things about the new midfielders. You were saying something about, is it, I forgot the new. You were saying, you were mentioning Fletcher twins. Is it?
Yeah, the I didn't mention the Fletcher twins, but they are very talented youngsters. My only thing with the Fletcher twins is that they're pretty they're young. They're young. They're 16, 17. They've got all the talent and technical ability, in my opinion. I just think that they don't have that physicality yet that's going to help them work into
Oh,
the Premier League with the level of physicality that the players already bring there. So I would like to see them start training with the first team, which would see them getting used to playing with first team level physical players. But when we talk about all these youngsters, we have to remember we already have like 6 7 youngsters already in the squad who have already made their debuts, like Kobe Mainu, Willie Kwambala, Hannibal Medjugorje. I might
mm,
not be a fan of Hannibal Medjugorje, but he's
same,
already
same.
there. You know what I mean? There's also Dan Gore Jr., who I really like. So there's lots of youngsters in the squad, and it's in one way, I would say this, like, we could have all the youngsters and talent in the world, but we can't put them all in the team at once in one season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, of
It's
course.
going to take time, and as we see, more and more talent is coming through, and I'm not mad if some of them go on loan and they're going to get consistent
Yeah,
game time,
yeah, of
because
course,
they're not
for
going
the
to get it at
yeah,
United, and they need it to develop. So I heard that Dan Gott Jr. might be going on a loan.
yeah.
Also, Hannibal Mejbri is leaving on loan to Lille, and no, not
Uh,
Lille, Lyon. I think he's going to Lyon, either Lyon
wow,
or Freiburg. Those were the two teams that were in top position to land his loan signature, and
that'd be a good. Yeah, yeah, that'd be good.
Palestri as well is going to go on loan, and Ahmad.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
for me, and I think that's happening because I think they might be reintegrating Jaden Sancho based on directives from Ineos. So we're gonna see how that all
Mm,
unfolds.
okay.
More information is going to be coming out. So, like, if not tomorrow, the next days you're gonna hear more news. I'll give you some more updates on what's going on with the
Oh yeah,
transfers
sure,
around
100%.
Manchester United as well.
Yeah, 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 110%, man. Yeah, 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 sure, yeah, yeah, sure. Do let us know about daily transfers. Like it's, yeah, yeah. I think you will do a decent job than this Fabrizio Romario.
Well, I dare not say that I'm as good as Fabrizio Romano, but if we're
Yeah,
talking
Romano. Yeah,
about
I did
Fabrizio
say Romario.
Mario, if we're talking about Mario, then yeah, maybe I might be better than that guy. But I'm just reading the reports and checking all the
Oh yeah, yeah,
different
yeah.
news across Europe and stuff. Pulling some articles that are happening in my region as well. That's covering mostly the South American players and stuff and their possible moves. So I'm just looking at all the information and seeing what's more likely, and I'm just giving all the information. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say, well, this is what I think, because at the end of the day, anything could happen in the transfer window. You know what I mean? I'm just giving the information. These are the prospects. These are who the clubs are interested in, be it Manchester United or Arsenal or whatever. Because on my channel, I'm covering Premier League transfers league wide, every single club. So that's basically my opinion, my outlook on it. I'm gonna give all the transfers, and if when I'm done at the end of my stream, what I do is I'm gonna give a perspective, on my opinion based on which club I think and their position in the league and their financial situations, where they might be headed. You know what I mean? It's like Arsenal. They're said to be reported to sign Tony 100 million from Brentford, which
Oh, no
changes a
way they're
lot
getting him. No way they're
because
getting
I
him.
think that, bro, if
There's
they're
this.
gonna sign him 100 million from Brentford, then I think Brentford might be in for a few United players. So you got to watch the space. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah, that's true though. Yeah, that's true, bro. Yeah, because at this moment of time, like Arsenal will need a striker, like a very clinical striker, and Yeah, and they're also back on the radar for. I heard they're back on the radar for Vlahovic or something. Yeah, they're still tracking back to Dusan Vlahovic. So I don't know why. And at the moment, they are Arsenal are trying to recall back Kieran Tierney. I'm not sure if that's true, but
Maybe.
because of the because of the left back situation, because Kivio can't play as a left back. He's more of a center back, and Zinchenko is basically injured, and Timber is basically out, unfortunately out for the season, and then they're going to 100% need Kieran Tierney back because because when I actually watched that Fulham game, bro, they got absolutely spliffed left, right, and center. They got spliffed, you know.
Wow. Mason Greenwood just got a red card for those of you interested. I'm not sure what's happening in the game. I wasn't watching it, but he just received a red card. Getafe is now 2-0 down to Rayo Vallecano and now 1 player down.
Wow, Greenwood. I've I've never seen Greenwood getting a red card before in my life.
Yeah, that's why I got kind of extra quiet there because I saw it show up on my the status feed that I have, and I'm like looking at it like, what? Mason Greenwood red card. The guy never really gets yellow carded anyway, so
Barely gets a
I'm
red
thinking maybe I can only assume what happened, bro. I don't even know. Maybe it's just
card.
he slid into a challenge and it looked really bad and he got a red card. I don't know, but I'll check it out later on and let you guys know
Oh
tomorrow. I'll
yes.
give you guys a report on the game.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. So yeah, yeah. So do you want me to do a watch along for the West Ham and Brighton, or I might as well rest?
When is the game?
It's basically in like few hours, but I generally need some rest today. So I thought about it, but like nah, I'm definitely gonna sleep today. Because I don't know because anyways either Brighton's gonna overtake us, or West Ham is gonna extend the gap from us. So I mean it don't really matter for now for me probably. So yeah.
Eh, man, I'm not even stressing about those things right now, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
in my opinion, if Brighton was to say win this game or win against West Ham, which I don't think will happen, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Wait, did we do predictions for this game?
I think we did. I predicted 2-1 West Ham. Oh, by the way, for the Liverpool game, yeah, for the Liverpool game, I nearly got it. I actually nearly got it right though, because
When,
the final
when
score
was the
was
prediction show for this? I'm not sure if I did predictions.
um I can't remember yours, but like I
This was the
predicted
last game week. This was the last game week still continuing.
uh Liverpool one was done. The final score line was like 4-2.
Yeah, I think I pegged Liverpool to draw that game.
Uh, because mine was actually pretty close. I actually said 4-1, but like the scoreline was 4-2. That was so
Yeah,
close, man. Though that was close, bro.
yeah, you
Bro,
know how it
Mark,
is, man.
Mark, do you see how the hell Jota just dived for the penalty? I
Bro,
have never.
that's a disgrace to football,
That's
bro.
a disgrace to
I
football.
don't even want to comment on that shit, bro.
I
That was disgusting to see, bro. Disgusting. You know,
That's why I
I'm
just
gonna
said that. That's why I
much,
just yeah,
bro.
yeah, you're saying.
I've seen Marcus Rashford got yellow carded for that.
Yeah.
I've seen players get carded for those things, and for some reason it doesn't happen to Liverpool players, bro. I don't even understand, man. Like, You know, are we even? Do we still give yellow cards for diving? Do we still, you know? Do we still, you know? Or is it just Man United players who get
It's just
yellow carded for dissent and stuff like those things?
it's literally always us, man. It's crazy to say it, man. Yeah, I think yeah, you were saying some. I yeah,
You
I
know,
heard you mention
Sachev, is a
about
question, you know, bro. It's always on my
yeah.
mind.
It is, man. My days, and I think Morgan Gibbs should have got a yellow card for
A red
tackling
card. He was supposed
red
to get
card.
a red card. Those were
Yeah, yeah,
two
especially
very
that.
like
Yeah, that's a reckless tackle on Johnny Evans.
very
Yeah, I
very
saw that.
harsh tackles.
That's a
Johnny
reckless.
Evans and on Scott McTominay.
Hmm.
He dove into one and then he jumped into the next one. So for me, I just looked at it like, you know, the Premier League didn't want United to win that game no matter what. Because they knew if they gave him a red card, the game was over. United would have clobbered them. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where I would always say as a United fan, you can't leave it late. You can't leave it to a 50-50 decision. You have to give it everything and make sure it's undeniable because they're gonna question everything. They're gonna they're always gonna look for ways to make United seem like shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been happening with us since like last season. I remember the Southampton game where we basically drew. Crystal Palace, Casemiro getting a red card for absolute um nothing. You have seen you've seen Virgil van Dijk. He made a calamity tackle like studs on an Everton player. That's basically last season, and I clearly remember Van Dijk should have got sent off for that. It's pure inconsistency. I've seen it since flipping last season. It's mad. It's crazy. Like all I heard about is this bald headed guy called
Yeah, man.
Anfield
Like
Agenda. Bro, Anfield Agenda was saying, oh, the referees never wanted Liverpool to win the league. Like what about us? Even last season, we've been also getting cards after cards for no reason. What about us then? So it
you know how
is.
many against Arsenal, against a bunch of different teams.
Yeah, Arsenal, bro. Yeah, especially that flipping Hoyland penalty, we should have got one. Ganacho was seriously onside. Should have really won this game, but that's what they all do to us. And people want to bring up of the passes like we basically rob teams like we used to pay us. I mean, that is simply wrong in my opinion.
Obviously,
Art,
R10. Like R10 is saying, even the media coverage, there is no outcry on Arteta. You know why? You know why, bro? Because Arsenal doesn't sell news. City doesn't sell news. Liverpool, they sell some news. But Manchester United sell every news, bro. All the news. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
think Man United only have their fans to blame themselves, to be honest, because we've allowed the media to spin us around like young James Browns for years and years. Like they just spin us around like we're dancing in circles. And you know what? We used to be a fan base under Alex Ferguson that we hated the media. We never believed anything they said because we always knew that they were against us. Alex Ferguson said it best when he kicked the media out the first time he did. He's like, you guys need to print real
Facts,
articles, speak the truth, be objective.
facts.
Don't come in here and just say attack us for everything that we do. Because when people, if you look at the facts, bro, Manchester United started the whole loan to the Premier League, loan players to the Premier League. It was youngsters from United who got loaned to different Premier League clubs that started that whole loaning thing. Because every club used to loan only to the Championship and the leagues below. United started all of these things. When we talk about bonuses with wages and salaries with bases with performance bonuses, United started those things. When you talk about high-tech facilities, all those things started at United. United was the first football club in the world to have an oxygen chamber for rehabilitation of their players. And this was since 1996 or something like that, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Dwight York spent like a week in there, and it
Mm.
recovered him like that would normally take like 6 weeks to 9 weeks to recover, bro. So there's lots of things, but we've let all those things run on the wayside because we're so caught up in star players and so caught up in the fact that we were winning that we weren't paying attention to what was being done to advance the club. You know what I mean? I remember when Madrid built the Bernabeu, like, and they rebuilt it. Like, we should have been rebuilding around those same times, but we were spending money on players, on big players, and stuff like that. So for me, it's always like United fans kind of self-destruct our own selves and the team, because if you look at other teams big their players up so much that even Chelsea fans think their team has better players than at Manchester United. If you look at all the pundits around, everyone pegged Chelsea, Newcastle, West Ham, Villa, all of those teams to finish above United. When they do Premier League match day 11s, Manchester United players get kicked out of almost all of them, and they always try to find excuses that, oh, this player is better, that player is better, this player is better. You know what I mean? Like, imagine we have a match day 11 against City and they say no Manchester United player gets in. That's insane for me. And then United fans are like, oh, yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? And now rival fans find it easy for themselves to come and give criticisms of Man United, whether disingenuous or not. And fans be like, yeah, we agree with what you're saying. But if you look at the excuses that most of those fans make for their clubs, like Spurs fans,
Yeah,
oh,
that is, yeah,
we're, we're,
I
we're,
agree.
we're hit with critical injuries. United have been hit with critical injuries since match
We,
day
we
one.
have the most injuries, exactly, facts.
You know what I mean? But you hear pundits talking about, oh, bare bones Newcastle, you know, Brighton riddled with injuries, Spurs riddled with injuries. When two of the players that Newcastle are missing are not injured. They're suspended from betting and gambling problems. They talk about Tonali
Yeah,
like he's injured
Tonali,
when
Tonali,
he's
yeah.
banned. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with some players at Arsenal. Arsenal are missing two or three players, and it's like Arsenal have a critical injury. We have the worst squad depth. So
Yeah,
many
they have
injuries.
around 3 to 4 injuries. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Exactly, bro. So the excuses when other teams talk about refereeing and VAR, United don't get to make those excuses. Ten Hag never gets those excuses from no one. When
But
Arsenal plays shit and loses, they're like, oh, Arsenal were unlucky, but no one says that they were shit that day. They lost 2-0 to Fulham. No one's talking about that because
mm,
United lost 2-0 to 2-1 to who? Nottingham Forest. They
yeah,
both came up to the league the same season, man. What are we doing here? And they didn't even score against Fulham. At least we scored. We almost had a leading goal that hit that, when Ahmad received that ball. I thought Ahmad was going to bury that ball. And then he passed it back into the traffic of players. And people are like, he did the right thing. And I'm like, he was the reason we got that counter attack.
yeah, true.
Poppy and everybody, they like to play the training videos of Ahmad, and look what he's doing. He's better than Anthony. Look at the position that he got that ball.
Mm,
There was no defender on him. He was clean. The goalkeeper was on the ground. He just had to shoot that goal.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He's done it
correct.
in training with a defender on him, and they showed the clip 3, 4, 5 times. And what does he do? He chokes and he passes the ball back into the traffic of all the players. All the players are look. If you look at the run of play, everyone is thinking Ahmad is going to shoot, so everyone is getting into position in case for a rebound. You know what I mean? So it's one
Yeah,
of those things. You can't blame him really because he's a young player. He will make mistakes. But at
yeah,
the same time, when we turn around and you say, well, Forrest destroyed Man United. They didn't do anything. They got a counter attack. They got
yeah,
a
counter
counter
attack. Yeah,
attack, and they were clinical. The end. And the player who scored should have been off the field because he should have got a red card like literally 2 minutes before.
Yeah, true.
So it's a weird one, bro. Like we as United fans, we can't make excuses, but every other fan base allow themselves to make excuses because why? Why? And I could tell you why. Because most of them they grew up on their knees watching United win 20 trophies. They hate the dominance, bro. And they fear it the most. You think people are afraid of Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool? Bro, everyone's afraid of Man United. Everyone. Even big teams around the world are afraid of Man United because if Man United, that sleeping giant, wakes up, football football changes as you know it, bro.
I agree with facts.
And us
Hmm.
as well. And that is exactly true. Thomas Partey is in court for abusing his wife, and he's been in court on trial for the last year.
Yeah, it's just
It's taken.
Mark. It's just it is actually funny. Like no one, no, like no one has actually ever mentioned him, and most of it, everything is all about Greenwood and like all these
Why?
legal. It's crazy, isn't it?
It's not crazy, bro. It's normal for me because they're all rival fans. They want to see us. The only way they can beat us is to get us to self-destruct. If someone talks about Party, no one cares. Who is he? No one cares. But if you talk about Mason Greenwood, who is the hottest prospect in English football, everyone cares. You know what I mean? So fans have to get with the program, bro. Like I don't like to say it how I say it because I don't want anyone to be offended. But at the end of the day, a football club should be ran based on footballing reasons. Players should be judged on their performances off the football field. I don't care if a player does charity. I don't care if he feeds kids. I don't care if he buys clothes for the homeless. I don't care. I'm being honest. I would
Yeah,
enjoy that and be glad to know that, this player that I am a fan of does these things and helps society. But at the same time, I care about him scoring goals, getting assists, winning games for Manchester United. That's what I care about. And I
I
know
agree.
and a lot of people might say what they want. I don't care if rival fans sing chants against any of our players. I will wear their numbers and their names on my back in the stands, and I will jump and scream and cheer for 10 people, bro,
Yeah. Oh
when
yeah.
they score. And I could tell you because I go to matches, bro. I haven't been to as much this season, but I've been to 6 of the matches this season at the
Yeah.
stadium. And there are fans who still wear Greenwood's kit at the stadium. So when people talk
Wow.
about Mason Greenwood, this and me, there are fans that are wearing those kits. There are fans who wear the Ryan Giggs jersey still. So when people talk shit, they never been to games. They've never been to the stadium, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Like I sit in the Sir Alex Ferguson stand, bro. Right? And when I go to games, that's where I sit every time.
Right. Okay. Okay. Nice.
I
Yeah.
really
At
wanted
least.
to get us
Yeah.
to sit in the Stretford end, but
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
every time I
Yes.
order ticket,
Yeah.
because I have a kind of season ticket that I share with one of my friends, and every time I order tickets, those are the seats I get. I'm never mad. I enjoy it, bro, because it's at the angle of the stadium where I feel I could see the best of the game from my personal viewing. So I enjoy it, bro. And I have and bro, like at the end of the day, I look at it like this: like when we talk about crime, when we talk about stuff that happens, right? Just remember, we're talking about footballs, and if we're talking about a player who was like 19 or 20 years old, these guys are kids. You know what I mean? So when people talk about players go party with lots of girls and all these things, they're young men, bro. What do you expect them to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. True.
You you can have your morals about the fact that they might have had a party with 10 girls and it's just two players, but bro, at the same time it's like, who are we to judge what they're doing? Because no one is judging what we're doing behind closed doors, if you understand what I mean. And it's like everyone is putting themselves on a pedestal and putting these players out there like they have to be something when they're not. They're just human beings, just like the rest of us. The only difference is they play football for a living, and it makes them a lot of money, and it makes us happy to see them play well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. Mm. Yeah. You listen, people. I'm just, yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up the stream. So big thank you to Mark for coming on, to coming on for my stream, just to have a very optimistic opinions about our next games, about transfer views, and yeah, and also being optimized about Greenwood return. Yeah, yeah, you made me feel a lot good now ever since that Nottingham Forest lost. But yeah, uh, it's time to move on from the Forest game. It's now the FA Cup third round, and then after FA Cup third round, we'll go to Spurs, in which we'll most likely beat those teams, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah,
So
bro. Thanks
take
for
care, Mark.
having me, bro. Big up everyone. Big up R10 for coming in. Thanks to Chiv for having me. Kenny Fan TV. Everyone watching, if you're just tuning in, make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Don't forget it.
thanks.
Don't miss it. This guy is funny as hell. He's always here bringing you the real information and he speaks his mind. That's valuable, right? Hope you guys have a good evening. Thanks for having me, Sajiv, as you're about to close the
Yeah,
show. Catch you
yeah,
later, R10.
yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Peace, Mark. Peace. Take care. Um, yes, people. Shout out to Mark who came on to the stream and spoke some a lot of facts about Greenwood, and you know, a shout out to Arten who just really came on to my stream. Who was, and I usually see him on the Football Power the stream. Um, yeah, it's all to be forgotten about the loss, and I hope the players can can just really up their game against Wigan. Obviously, we have to beat. Obviously, obviously, it shouldn't be a problem. But Spurs, we gotta beat them. And I believe our next game should be. Let me see. Let me see what's our next game after Forest. So oh yeah, Wolves away from home. That is going to be a very tough game. Very tough, and West Ham. So we need to get the points on the board. Yeah, really good optimism from Mark, but like for me, it's still very uncertain at the moment. So I hope this team proves me wrong in the next couple of weeks. And guys, please make sure like and subscribe to my channel. And I'm out of here. Take care, people. Peace.